me bring a breaking news in. Captain Ibrahim Traore has spoken about the freedom of detained African who are fighting for liberation. And he said, now, I'm going to play that video. And he said, all Africans deserve to be liberated from the shackles of colonialism.
Yes.
He is working that Africa will no longer be under any foreign government.
Yes.
And every freedom agitator deserve to be let go. Now, I'm going to show you that video. But let me first have your own your own opinion about that. Now, I'm coming so that I will show my viewers, you and my viewers, the video. Ibrahim Traore is blowing hot. Now, enough is enough of foreign dominance in Africa. Enough is enough of exploitation by the Europeans on African soil, of African goods and services, and of African natural resources. And many people have been jubilating about that news. But it's been said that he is speaking about Nnamdi Kanu when he talked about the fact that many African freedom agitators are in jail and they really deserve to be released. But let me tell my viewers, if you're watching the first time, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel, on notifications, drop your comments, click the like button, and also share this video. Like and share if you are part of this program, and also drop your comment. Ibrahim Traore blows hot. Oyibo will never rule Africa again. African agitators who are in detention should be let go by the president of different parts of Africa. I'll be showing that video. But let me have an opinion first. The evangelist, what do you have to say about this?
Yes, Ibrahim Traore is a man of the people. He's a man that is speaking my heart. And I love him so much. That young man is, It is the high time that the Africans will wake up from their slumber, because what the Oyibos are using to develop their own country is 70% of it are coming from the angles of the Africa. And the people that own the resources are living in darkness, are living backward. They are not being developed, neither are they being encouraged. But you are using their resources to develop your own side, and you keep them in darkness. That is wickedness in the highest order, which God Almighty did not even suffer us that way. Why is it that we human beings are suffering ourselves, punishing one another this way? Yes. So far so good. You see why I am talking about Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu is in detention of the DSS because he meant well. He wants a good nation like Biafra. As we speak now, do you know that Finnish government who partner with Nigeria now are being regarded as a terrorist nation? And they have started facing sanctions from different quarters of other countries. How do I mean? Go and Google it, please. Do you know that as we speak now, there no way of sanction Finland for partnering with Nigeria to arrest Simon Ekpa? Do you know that Russia too have sanctioned Finland because of that? And many nations are still coming. So far so good. Remember that Rodriguez, or what was his name, from Brazil, one of the chief judge in Brazil, have been sanctioned by Donald Trump as a result of what? Violating the fundamental human right of a citizen in their country. Supporting bad governance. Just as the same way the game that they are playing here in Nigeria against Nnamdi Kanu. So far so good, my beloved brother. I will tell you, it is the high time that they free these people, because what they are fighting for is the normal thing. They are not going against the constitution, neither are they going against the international law.
But we saw Kenya authorities which were being fined and being blamed for the illegal rendition of Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. Let's look at this other angle. Why do you think that they fined the Kenyan courts and told them to pay big amount of money to Nnamdi Kanu?
Yes, they have to fire them because, do you know why they fired them? It was illegal. And the Kenya did not actually understand the mess that they will fall into. Had it been that they knew, they wouldn't have been involved or engaged, because that country is being regarded as a terrorist nation. And every terrorist nation definitely will draw the attention of other foreign nations, big boys. as in seeing them as a terrorist nation and playing an enmity game between them. So Kenya doesn't want, they want to wash their hand, and which at the end of the day, Finnish government will play the same thing in the case of Samonaipa. Do you understand? So they want to wash their hand. It's only in Nigeria that they know that Nigeria, one, is a corrupt nation that are having a corrupt leaders. They have corrupt people in the corridor of power, and the corrupt people are already ruling them, and they embrace and sponsor corruption and terrorism. So they see Nigeria as a terrorist nation, and every terrorist nation always attracts the anger of the big boys. So whatsoever they do, as we speak now, Donald Trump is going to I've already sanctioned the judiciary, Nigerian judiciary, and it's blowing hot to sanction Nigeria, to hit Nigeria the more. And whereby it's hitting Nigeria the more Nigeria is going down. The more Nigeria economy and business transaction internationally is collapsing.
But we said that Ibrahim Traore may not last because good leaders don't last. They give an example of even Yaradua as a president of this country. Are you not afraid that this evil man may try to attack? Because he has escaped assassination not once, not twice, more than thrice.
Over 30.
Are you thinking that Ibrahim Traore, people like that, Ibrahim Traore, because we saw even in Nigeria that Kanu is here in detention, so they go run away. Are you not thinking that people like Ibrahim Traore, something may happen to him with this thing?
Nothing will happen to him. And first and foremost, he is not sick, and he cannot sick. You see, this time around, one beating child twice.
Twice shy. Yes.
Twice shy. You understand? So they have tried, and as he stands now, Ibrahim Traore is no longer on his own. Ibrahim Traore are partner with the forces, international forces that are able to do, well able to do. You can see what has transpired. They gave him a special private jet from Russia that carried him, and immediately he heard that there is a plan in Burkina Faso. What happened? They gave him, within space of time, they gave him special squad. Oh yeah, go and trust those nonsense, and he returned immediately and trust the nonsense. It's only in Nigeria because politicians are using them to make money. That is why they are encouraging all this terrorism going on in Nigeria, because we have terrorists as leaders.
Now let's look at this possible angle here. We saw Ibrahim Traore, no more S-men in Burkina Faso. If you have a cow, let your cow feed in their farm. Don't be using your cow to serve other people. The S-men have been banned in Burkina Faso. Should Nigeria take the same law? Because we saw what the S-men are doing in different angles, in different parts of this country. Should Nigeria follow Ibrahim Traore in banning the S-men from crossing over to the northern part of Nigeria to the southern part?
Of course, they should take that step if at all they want.
They want?
Yeah, because Nigeria know they copy good things. Now, so bad things that they learn. They know they learn good things. So, because I don't see anything that will warrant all these S-men killing, SS's killings, and they still allow them to be still working freely, and nothing is happening to them. Why can't Nigeria declare war against the S-men? All those Fulani S-men that are carrying gun, arms one. Deal with them and cut off the... Look at the time of Jonathan. See the way Jonathan with UHG can match them. What happened? They begin to cry. And the same northern people are the ones that complain. That's it. So, you see why we want to... Biafra need to leave this country. We need to leave Nigeria. Let Nigeria face their things and be running their criminality things. You know, because they are pushing us into it and we don't want to get involved.
It's not the controversy that happened, it was yesterday. That even if Biafra comes, the same leader in the eastern part are still going to be ruling Igbos. That Igbos does not need Biafra. All they need is a regional system of government where they can control their resources.
You know what?
The rich people in Igbo land will still take over matters of leadership, and they mention names of equivalent governors like Uzodinma, Soludo, Wifiru, and Oti, and Mba. Are you not thinking that the same people that have power in Biafra, even if Biafra comes, they are going to be ruling the people?
My beloved brother, let's go straight to the point. You are even taking my time. I want to tell you one thing. When Biafra comes, these people are not the ones agitating for Biafra, are they? They are not agitating for Biafra. So why are you now saying that they are the one that will rule Biafra? Who says so? Did we tell you that they are our leaders? Did we tell you that we know them? Did we tell you that we are going to empower them? See, let me tell you, if not that the stupid statement that they say one Nigeria, those people will remove them in their position. I'm telling you, because if it should rise now, Yoruba like just like Bola Ahmed Tinubu is now, we go protest, we go come out and there. Igbo, Biafra land no be like Yoruba where or Fulani where you are worshiping somebody. We don't worship people. Neither do we worship your money. You are not feeding me, my dear. Neither are you paying my rent. So why should I worship you? Who you be? You get money enough for your pocket. Anything you like, you get enough for your pocket. You don't give me. Even if you don't give me, you stop. I say, make I break it and you go. That is Igbo man for you. If you do much, if you don't do overdo, do you know what we do? We will inflate.
Disintegration is unstoppable and can never be negotiated. That's what I'm fighting. So now that we are not going, we are just saying that then, and suddenly that this shake of romance between the Yorubas and the Fulanis, because of Tinubu's presidency, trying to empower the Oduduwa squad in Asuro to make them comfortable, to put more money into them, they can use it, to defend themselves in case Nigeria disintegrates. You don't know what Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing. He's also preparing for the Dual Republic. That is just the truth. But unfortunately, the North has just discovered this truth, and they were overwhelmed. They were surprised that this is actually the plan that this man harbored secretly against them. Imagine all the federal government structures and ministers and federal appointment, they are all Yorubas. The military, the customs, them, all of them.
But we saw this under Buhari too, so there should not be complaint.
Well, we saw it under Buhari because Buhari is the life patron of all the Fulanis all over the world, and he represents the interest of the Middle East conquest, Fulanitic conquest in Africa, especially in Nigeria. With the arrowhead, they know him anywhere. Of course, you know what they said. Now, when they wanted to, take over the entire Southwest, Babangida said it. You can remember, So they went and brought him. They know who he is. They know what he stood for. They know his influence in the Middle East. They know he's a Sunni or a Shia, whatever he is. Then they know that. And the woman said that when it was time for them to carry out that mission, they quickly brought him. And unfortunately for the Yoruba nation, they came into it. And that was how Buhari became president of Nigeria after trying for 2-3 times or so. So he was able to establish and deploy over 100 billion naira or dollars to the Native Allah. He created an umbrella that represents the Fulani agenda in Nigeria. He cannot take that away. But because the kind of this we have in Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which is a bit liberal and all that, and he saw he has already seen the handwriting on the wall, and this is the direction where they go. Even though he was part of the agreement, he decided to defend his own people. That's what Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing now. And at the peak of trying to restore or trying to regain consciousness over the possible collapse of Nigeria before 2027, the Fulani North are struggling to see how they are going to pave way for that alliance. But unfortunately, if they go to this direction, they'll be hurt. They go to another direction, it is dangerous. And the dangerous part of it is the Obi presidency. Nobody's going to tell you this in the normal social media stuff and all that. They really will have this kind of understanding. And the lion in the cat, Okute, the stone, is at it now. Whether it's going to be Biafra, Igbo presidency in Nigeria, whatever thing they are going to target, you cannot take away Obi's identity, one as a Biafran, one as an Igbo man. Are you going to take that away? Obi is going to carry a briefcase for 4 years or thereafter if Nigeria does not disintegrate. What is going to be inside that briefcase? Bros, nobody will tell you that MTN, Airtel, and Glo, they are not the same network.
So you feel there will be a difference?
I am not telling you, I am telling you about an identity that is going to represent Nigeria and how different ethnic nationalities, those they are going to see it from different perspectives and what is actually represented. But I'm giving you currently now that the world will be able, because this presidency is going to attract world attention to Biafra. There's no two words about it. The world will celebrate Biafra. They begin to see whether there is going to be trust. They begin to see whether there's going to be treaties. They begin to see whether they will conduct the diplomatic advancement and engagement. They begin to see, whether, these people can be able to protect their interests and defend their nationalities and whatever agreement they're going to enter with them now or thereafter. Obi is going to be that symbol, because in the first time in the history of Nigeria, we are having a Biafran Igbo president that will be a symbol of the restoration and support that will follow his presidency. People may not be able to see it that way, but it has become a reality. That's what we are saying, that it will come to a point that there will be rigorous agreement, because Biafra will become a necessity. That is just the truth. And we must understand that. And that is where we are heading to. Everyone talking about Obi does not mean that Obi is going to win the presidency. But we are saying that, in case it happens, we should be aware of the era where we are. We should be respectful of the presence of the international community, the American government, the UK government, the Canadian government, the Australian government, the Chinese government, the Israeli government, all of them. And everybody will watch the first time in the history of Nigeria, and what they are definitely going to take away from his character as the first Biafran Igbo president. So that's another angle. Then that presidency, Igbo presidency in Nigeria, is another angle entirely. 2027.
Okay, but a lot of people have come to say that if instead of the Igbos gambling, that if Nnamdi Kanu comes out, will this not truncate? Because Nnamdi Kanu might be released, conditionally, and if he gets released conditionally, do you not think Nnamdi Kanu release will now finally truncate, Peter Obi's chance of
Bola Tinubu cannot stop the forces that is going to invade Nigeria, if he decide to do otherwise. Now, but that Donald Trump has told the Nigerian judiciary they are nothing but fake. Are they going to stand? Is he going to stand that forces? He cannot stand that forces. It's coming. They cannot. But the liberation agenda he is going to embark on is that, without me, and if I cannot get it, then I will spearhead the disintegration of Nigeria. That's where Bola Tinubu is going. Because the Western powers, Donald Trump will not allow him to sit there the second time.
So you feel
I'm telling you, you can never sit there the second time. See, everything that has to do with bilateral relationship with the United States of America is already on the gutters. And I can tell you that. See, when you continue to attract definite sanctions, tariff war, you are engaging in drinks, you are aligning with American enemy, going to Russia, going to this, while Russia is already in Africa, and China is already in Africa. How would you justify that? We are not aligning with anybody. We are aligning with the ideology that established Biafra. And what is that ideology? We have only two powerful nations in the world we are seeking solidarity and alliance with, and that is United States of America and State of Israel. Simple. Yeah, okay, we're covered. That is it. That's what we're talking about. And that's the reality. We have a bloodline with the Jews of Israel. That one is separate. Something that is having us together is deeper than political. Middle East policy, no, it's different. African policy is different. West African policy is different. AU policy is different. ECOWAS policy is different. Sahel policy is different. Are you not aware that AU is already on the run now? Because nations are pulling out from whatever agreement they are going to have with AU. We saw the Sahel, we saw Ibrahim Traore, we saw Niger, we saw Senegal. All of them are running away. So people are asking questions: why are people running away from AU? The new ECOWAS president that from Bola Ahmed Tinubu insisted has dumped him. He's facing another reality of the relevance of this work. So alliances are emerging. So we must understand that. So the only people that can stand in the presence of these allies is people like P2B. And you think it's ordinary. You think that the popularity of Obi is ordinary. The world want to have a handshake with the first Biafran Igbo presidency in Nigeria and have a taste of what Biafra will look like in the nearest future, of what Biafran leadership will look like. They want to embrace it. Okay, we can actually dump 500 billion trillion US dollars in Biafran land and it will be secured, courtesy of what this man did before Biafra was finally restored by the world powers. Let them have a taste. If you are cooking a soup, when you turn your soup, you do it like this, abi? Huh? That's what the world want to know now. They want to know how Biafra tastes, and that taste is in Obi presidency 2027. Yes, I want to remind you very clearly of what transpired in Edo State.
Yeah, we saw. So we saw, the Okute himself, storm Benin, and yesterday this caused a lot of engagement in Benin, around the world in Nigeria. They said, where's Okwebolo, the governor of Edo State, he was blabbing that Peter Obi should not, dare come to Benin. Even we know that when we know that it's against the constitution that Peter Obi has the right to go to whichever state he wants. But Okwebolo, is silent. He has not reacted to this. But a lot of people have said it's Obi's right to go to wherever he wants. Yesterday was at Osama of Benin's book launch.
It that the diplomatic channel of the Igbo people has been opened politically in Nigeria, internationally, within Africa, and in the global world. Asia, America, Canada, Australia. The channel has been opened. If you see the caliber of people who surrounded Obi in Benin, as being reported, you will marvel that Obi spoke for over 1 hour plus. Signaling that he is the incoming next president of Nigeria and he knows what to do. Okute knows what to do.
Which language is that? Anyocha? What language is that? How did I get it? Their language, Batanulu. What does it mean? Batanunu. Hello, is there any difference? It's just a common intonation. Just like the same way my language, if I speak, is Igbo. Then in Igbo, general, we still have general Igbo. It's similar. Let them cross-check their carpet of the origin. And how did they carpeted to that side? And let me tell you, before the Civil War and during the Civil War, was there anything like a Niger Delta area? South to south. Pandev. Was there any such? No. What they know is this what? Eastern region. That's what they call it. Eastern region.
The old Eastern region?
Yes. Come to think of it again. A Yoruba man, what did he call you? You will come from Delta. What did the Yoruba man call you? He called you Omo Igbo. Do you think that Yoruba don't know what they are saying? Do you think that the Fulani that sees you and call you Anyamiri, that he doesn't know what he's saying? They still know you and they still regard you as what? That old Eastern region. They still know you as that. They still know you as that Igbo. They still know you as that Biafra. And you that is saying that you are Niger Delta, that you are not Igbo, you are Delta person. Please, can you shake your platform or your carpet of the origin during the war? Are you trying to tell me that none of your person supported Ojukwu to fight civil war? Go and check those military men, those people that fought this civil war. Many of them, even in fact, the person that even helped Ojukwu to conquer Benin, na Delta man. That paved way for Ojukwu to even enter Ore before he was stopped. Are you getting? Today, as we speak. Are you hearing me? Do you get the point? So let that man that is deceiving the youth, his children, stand up. Forget the money that you have collected. Tell the youth, the children, the truth that they need. Tell them the truth, please. It will help them because of tomorrow. Now, my brother, the Niger Delta, south to east, Pandefa, whatsoever, NDA, whatsoever they call them, their names. Listen to me. It was a political ideology.
A political game?
Yes, a political game. To do what? To cut division between the two brothers, the two families. Between families. Between inside the one family. They cause division. Divide and rule system of government. And that is why they cause that division in order to have a dominance over them, and which the Nigeria did. Of which, in a place where there is no unity, you understand, it will be difficult for them to come together to fight. I don't know whether you get it now. That's why they bring that rule. Why is it that in the West here, you don't have a southwest?
Or west?
Or west? Why didn't they have a north-east and north-north? But all these things are playing only in the east. They have south. They now have a southeast. Which, imagine that. It's a political game. I don't know whether you get me. And let me tell you, you that is talking about oil. Niger Delta is not the only people that own oil. Go and check it. Starting from River State, Cross River, Abia State, Imo State. Even as we speak now, Imo State owns the largest gas in the whole world. What about that? When you are talking about your oil, waiting be your oil. You are talking about oil as if you are the only one that owns oil. Abia State owns oil, and they are sucking it together. It's together. They are partners. They are all, including Imo State. They are all part of that delta. Oil. River State is there. Calabar is there. Cross River. So what are we actually saying? When you made mention of oil, stop thinking that it's only delta. The oil in Nigeria is sucking. They are sucking both to Abia oil, because everything flows together. Imo State oil, everything flows together. What are we saying? So let them leave that. And moreover, Mazenam, there is something you people should understand. Mazenam began to say something. He said, if you want to take oil, you take oil. But it doesn't stop Igbo's development. Yes, because the Biafrans, God has blessed them. God has given Biafrans a gift which he did not give to any tribe in Nigeria. In fact, in Africa, we are unique. We are completely unique and we are different. Take a look at what happened during the war. If Nigeria is a country that knows what they are doing, that war exposed many things in the axis of the Igbos to Nigeria, which Nigeria happened to be a country that value things. They wouldn't have been playing with the Igbos, because with that during the war, they now discovered that Igbos are capable of doing what? Producing arms, producing things, which they're supposed to embrace them. Look at California today. Go and check the resources of America. California have the resources that feed, that contribute 60 to 70% of American economy. That is why America doesn't joke with the California. Is it California or Florida? If I'm not mistaken, I stand to be corrected anyway. Either Florida or California. Go and check. And go and check that side. Then make sure that they balance everything. Everywhere where balance, everywhere was, was well dressed, well developed. In order for them not to feel being cheated, of which that is what Nigeria is supposed to have done. Embrace these people. Give them that, give them, that is, show them that love in order to bring the best in them. They would have all those people that, within the space of how many days, they just form Ogbunigwe. Ogbunigwe, do you know what? That Ogbunigwe is still working till today. Bring them. Embrace them. Sponsor them, finance them. Okay, please turn them and become a manufacturing nation. But instead of that, because of the art of envy and strife, rather they invite them and kill them. The remaining ones to run away. Then tell me today what is happening.
But we saw his fellow, somebody who said he's from South too. He said no, that they are Igbos. What do you think is the problem between both of them?
Yes, and it's a problem because that elderly man is not speaking like as an elder. Just like I said earlier in this interview, probably he might have, collected something from Nigerian purse. So he want to use the opportunity to do what? To blackmail or to speak